Have you ever started doing something so captivating that you completely lost track of time? Maybe you were writing, painting, playing a game, or even working on a project, and suddenly, hours had passed without you realizing. That magical feeling, when everything clicks and you're totally immersed in what you're doing, is called the flow state. And here's the best part. It's not just for professional athletes, world-class musicians, or creative geniuses. The flow state is something we can all experience. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to get there. So let's start with what flow actually is. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, don't worry, I had to practice that name too, coined the term. He described flow as the state of complete immersion in an activity. It's when you're so focused that your sense of time fades away. You're not thinking about what you'll eat for dinner or the email you forgot to send. You're just fully present in the moment, doing what you're doing with total clarity and joy. But the idea of flow isn't new. Philosophers like Nietzsche talked about finding purpose and fulfillment through challenge. He called it becoming. And in ancient Taoist philosophy, there's this idea of wu wei, or effortless action, where you're in perfect harmony with the moment. It's fascinating how these timeless ideas connect with modern psychology, isn't it? Think about a musician performing on stage, improvising a solo. They're not thinking about each note, they're feeling the music. Or a basketball player sinking shot after shot, completely locked in, with the crowd's noise barely registering. These are perfect examples of flow. And maybe you've experienced it yourself, even in small moments, like losing yourself in a good book or getting totally absorbed in a hobby. But why does flow feel so good? Well, let's dive into the science for a second. When you're in flow, your brain releases feel-good chemicals like dopamine and endorphins. These chemicals not only make you feel amazing, but they also sharpen your focus. At the same time, the part of your brain responsible for self-doubt, the prefrontal cortex, slows down. That's why you stop second-guessing yourself and just act. It's like your brain is saying, yes, this is exactly what you should be doing. And it makes sense, right? As humans, we crave purpose and growth. We want to feel like we're progressing, learning, improving. Flow taps into that deep desire by creating the perfect balance between challenge and skill. It's not too hard, so you're not overwhelmed, but it's not too easy, so you're not bored. It's that sweet spot. All right, now let's talk about how to actually achieve flow in your life. First, the most important thing is to match the challenge to your skill level. If something's too easy, you'll get bored. Too hard, and you'll feel anxious or frustrated. Let's say you're learning guitar. Try practicing a song that's just a little beyond your comfort zone. Not a full-blown rock solo, but something that pushes you just enough to keep you engaged. Next, set clear goals. Flow thrives on direction. Without a goal, your mind wanders. So, instead of saying, I'm going to work out, say, I'll do 20 minutes of strength training and 10 minutes of stretching. See how that gives you focus? Another big one. Eliminate distractions. Flow needs deep concentration, and distractions are its worst enemy. Put your phone on airplane mode, close unnecessary tabs, and create a workspace that helps you focus. Think of it like a library, quiet, organized, and calm. And this one's huge. Stay present. One way to train your brain for flow is by practicing mindfulness or meditation. Even 5 minutes of focusing on your breath can help you center yourself before starting a task. Feedback is also key. The faster you can see results from what you're doing, the more engaged you'll be. For example, if you're painting, take a step back now and then to assess your progress and make adjustments. That immediate feedback keeps you in the zone. Finally, break down big tasks into smaller steps. If something feels overwhelming, you're less likely to get into flow. But if you tackle it piece by piece, it becomes manageable and even enjoyable. Writing a book, for instance, can feel daunting, but writing one chapter at a time, that feels doable. Now here's the cool thing. Flow isn't just for big dramatic moments, like performing on stage or winning a game. You can find it in everyday life, cooking a meal, organizing your room, or even doing something as simple as cleaning can become a flow activity if you approach it with the right mindset. It's all about focusing on the process and letting yourself fully engage with what you're doing. Let me share a few real-life examples. Michael Jordan talked about being in the zone during critical basketball games. It's that same flow state. Vincent van Gogh, while painting, described feeling like he was part of the world he was creating. And even everyday moments can have it. I once heard a story about a dad building a Lego set with his kid. He said it felt like therapy because he was so immersed in each step of the process. So here's what I want you to do. Take one of these tips, whether it's setting clear goals, eliminating distractions, or practicing mindfulness, and try it today. Find a task you love or need to do and see if you can get into flow. And when you do, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your experiences. Remember, happiness isn't about chasing it. It's about losing yourself in the flow of meaningful work, play, and life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.